Hey guys, I'm Kel from Kelly T Black Metal Reviews. We're on YouTube. Please look us up, hit subscribe, tap those notifications so you don't miss these deadly albums that we're talking to you about every week. We're also on Instagram and on Facebook, so come and follow us there. I'm talking to you today about Violence Unimagined. I am not about to tell you how to suck eggs by going through Cannibal Corpse backlog and discog, nor am I going to rub your nipples and give you a history on this band that you should already be familiar with after having been in the scene for as long as these lads have. So if you don't know all things Cannibal Corpse by now, you fail in life. That's right, these extreme metal veterans, these death metal legends, Cannibal Corpse, have released their 15th studio album in April 2021. It is Violence Unimagined and we are all talking about it. The album is evidence of the strength and staying power of this band, who in my opinion have never really failed us over the 30 odd years of durability that they've held within the extreme metal scene. Cannibal Corpse are just one of those bands where over the years have consistently released good fucking death metal full of quality albums, and Violence Unimagined is no exception to the Cannibal Corpse quality rule. With a change now seeing Eric Rutten coming into the band's lineup and now involved in the songwriting and production, there is a notable variance to Cannibal's guitar tones and patterns, with such clarity of their technical scores and solos and a mass volume of weight to the tone of their continuous riffs, and it's all highlighted through an exemplary production like a well-oiled machine. Yet this album still remains akin to the Cannibal Corpse sound that we all know and love, so much so that even with the fresh elements you will hear, it's done so without removing the vital familiarity for long-term fans of Cannibal Corpse and death metal in general, and you know exactly who this is when you put this on. Violence Unimagined is not about Cannibal Corpse trying to reinvent the wheel, so don't expect that, but there is enough renewed air blown into this album to show that they are progressing their sound to keep things very interesting for us as listeners and fans of the death metal genre. Unlike previous releases, which are still total fucking bangers and that have held their time throughout the years, this latest release moves their sound slightly away from their previous music structure and production, which might have otherwise been heavier on the distortion, and that knock-on effect to the final sound of the guitars in Violence Unimagined gives an allowance to clearly showcasing their heavy notes through tight riffs that properly crush with such intricacy. So guys, this composition gladly is mostly fast and definitely played so fucking hard. Add to the mix Corpse Grinders' relentless, intimidating, vigorous and aggressive vocal. Every element in this album is just so demanding and unremitting, and you can pretty much use any track as your starting point because each track is massive. So pick a number out of 1 to 11 and just hit play and put the fucking volume up. Violence Unimagined at times does revert back to Cannibal's earliest thrash sound of Eaten Back to Life, with clever and large 80s thrashing chords heard in the full deathly thrash fest of Surround, Kill, Devour. While other tracks stay bang on to Cannibal Corpse pure death metal sound like Murderous Rampage, which is properly off its face I might add with classic Cannibal Corpse devastation, others do move the mood into a thumping and putrid assault mixed with heavy tight grooves, obvious groove sounds, particularly in the tracks such as Follow the Blood and Bound and Boned. At no point through this album can you hear Cannibal Corpse hitting the brakes on their signature aggression. This entire album's design has been crafted to rip your neck off, and it's a great reminder of the quintessential pioneering death metal sound, the band's mantra, and the stark token of just how relevant this band still is within the extreme scene. The imposing drums They are so impressive. They turn and change the direction of the rhythm constantly throughout this album. The bass lines push the tempo and pulse under the chainsaw guitars as Fisher growls all things awful with stories of gore, graphic revenge, human sacrifice, the pandemic, and selling organs on the black market, of course. It's perfectly rancid content, and without it, I for one would have been very disappointed. Guys, Violence Unimagined, while it isn't groundbreaking, it is a solid and robust death metal release, with the entire composition showcasing expected sophistication and proving an engaging listen that will only continue to evolve with every playthrough. It's one I've personally found hard to turn off, like so many of you, and importantly, it's an album that further explains why Cannibal Corpse have remained such a world-class act for as long as they have, and it's a promising hint that they will continue to pulverize us into the future.
Corpses on display, trophies of your evil carnage.